This is ridiculous for $100,000. Where in the GTA or all of Canada can you find that investment, and that too in commercial, that you can get it for $100,000 with only $25,000 down? Okay, so these are, if you can see, industrial warehouses. Okay, these are small industrial warehouses of maybe like 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet, so on and so forth. They have drive-in doors. You can bring your trucks in, offload your products, store it in the units, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is located at Pickering in Brock Road and 401, literally right off the highway. Okay. Now, this stuff is available. I will share with you this stuff. This is regular industrial pre-constructions. But one other way that you can make money is actually these guys, you know what they're doing? It's something very unique. This has never been done in the entirety of Canada. Actually, in North America, I would say at least. I don't know about Europe. I haven't done my research there. They're making small mini industrial warehouses, like the size of maybe 200, 300 square feet per unit. Okay, there's a big market for this. It's quite ingenious, and I'll get into it why there's a market for it later. But what it is basically is on the second floor of this industrial, they're making this small industrial warehouses. So you have a common shared loading dock where you can bring in your truck. Then you offload it to an elevator, cargo elevator. You can take your products up and down. There's, of course, stairs if you just want to take those. It's just one level. But this product upstairs is going to be something like this. It's going to be finished product, first of all. Okay? It's not shelf space. For example, you have epoxy flooring. You have security. You have very beautiful glass doors. You have lighting. Every unit has its own heater, cooler, cooling unit. And you see, this is sort of the uses for it. You can use it for storage, and contractors can use it for themselves. This is ideally designed for tradespeople. I'll get into why this is ideally for tradespeople at another time, but I just want you to know that. This is like a standard size, like a 20 by 10 by 10 for these particular units, and some of them have windows. And actually, some of the other ones are much, much bigger than this. Of course, there's security, there's common showers and common washrooms. Everything's there already. Okay? So this is the product, but let me get to the good stuff on this. Okay, so this is located right off the highway. One thing that I really want you to know, if anything that you take away from here, your industrial properties, investments should be as close to major highways as possible. If it's right beside 401, it's gold. Okay, that's where everyone needs it, because these tradespeople, these contractors, they just need easy access to come pick up their tools, go take the highway, go to the job site, and then come back. Right? So this is very, very important, and this is literally right if you exit Brock Road. And if you're familiar with Pickering, as soon as you exit Brock Road, all of these are industrial developments. Okay, and this is literally right off the highway. Number one. I'll come back to this afterwards. Let me not confuse you. So this has the traditional warehouses. Okay, they start from $680,000. So that $700,000 example that I was giving you is applicable to these units. Okay. They start from $680,000 for about, I think it's like 1,500 square feet of units. Right? It has quite a lot of accessibility, and the prices that we have gotten is less than any other pre-construction product in the GTA. It works out to be roughly about $465 a square feet. Right now, average prices for resale in the GTA is $500 a square foot. So we're already getting it cheaper than the resale value. Resale value. Pre-construction is closer to $550. So this is like almost $100 a square foot cheaper for this. So for some of these units, we're getting up to even $200,000 off for this. So there's a lot of investment. You guys will get the the sales package, the agent's package. You'll get to see all of the details and you'll figure it out. You guys are smart enough. I'm not going to go to spend time on this. But because this is unique, I just want to go through this a little bit, okay? So remember, these units are small industrial units. They are mainly for those tradespeople. But look at the ridiculousness of what we have been able to acquire for it. First of all, in real estate, the smaller the product gets, the more expensive it becomes. Common. Like if you get a 1-bedroom, it's like $500,000. If you get a 2-bedroom, it's like $550,000, $600,000, right? It's not like, okay, so this is 1 bedroom, so you should be for $300,000. Actually, the smaller it gets, the more expensive it becomes price per square foot. So the builders have this for sale for $600 a square foot. Okay? Ridiculous price. Cost of construction, I've went to construction individuals. Cost of construction for these, for a finished product, something like this is like $350, $400 a square foot is what I'm being quoted now. Minimum, potentially even more. I think, were you there in that meeting? No, you weren't there in that meeting, sorry. So we had brought in special builders just because I wanted to see and evaluate what is the true value of it, if I wanted to build this there myself, okay? So builders don't have a lot of margin in terms of making profits within this as well. So let's say a 300 square feet, how much is it going to be? $600 a square foot, $180,000? Something like that, roughly, give or take. We have made a deal with them that any units you pick, you get it for $1,000. $250 to $300 square feet. This is units with windows, without windows, inner, outer, doesn't matter. Okay? Premium units for $100,000. That works out to be approximately what? $330, $350 a square foot, $360 a square foot, somewhere ranges between there. It's probably at builder's cost to them, or maybe even just a little bit higher than that. Okay? What they are building it for. But this is for limited time only. Okay? What's the down payment on this? $25,000. That's it. So for anyone to invest in this, $25,000, piece of cake in today's world where you have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to get. This place is occupancy ready, or it's not made yet, but when it's made, it will be given to you with occupancy ready. In industrial, I do want you to know that in commercial, when you get a new unit from builders, it will always be, most often than time, in shell, as a shell unit. What that means is they don't finish it. Because every business to business differs in terms of their needs of use for the unit. Some guy will put a cooler in there. Some guy needs a lot more electricity because he's putting in printing machines. Some guy will just use it for warehouses. He doesn't need any. So to customize it, everyone customizes it to themselves, so the builders can't make it in one way. So you're always given in a shell space, shell quality. When you get it in a shell basically quality, it's not like residential. When the occupancy comes, you get the keys and then you can start using it. Because it's shell, it's not safe. So you have to hire an architect, hire an engineer, make the drawings, go to the city, apply for them, make a washroom, renovate it, get the inspectors to come a few months later, give you the permit, and then you can occupy it. But the builders for this, for every one of them, first of all, they have it finished. There's washrooms available, everything. They're going to get the occupancy permit for you. So first of all, you don't have to waste months on end to get the occupancy permit. So you can rent it out immediately or use it almost immediately. So that's a couple months time saved. But also, you don't have to spend anything. It's a finished product. So this is quite premium. Like, I really want you to understand this. Okay? So you get, it's a finished product. You get your own heating, cooling unit, every single one of them. There's windows, sky domes, 24 hours coded access. And of course, the rest of the common facilities that's available for everyone. Now, this is ridiculous for $100,000. Where in the GTA or all of Canada can you find that investment, and that too in commercial, that you can get it for $100,000 with only $25,000 down? Why is it ridiculously good? Look at it this way. Okay? $100,000. Your deposit is about $25,000. Okay? Your closing costs for something like this will probably give or take around, $5,000 to $10,000. Let's say about $8,000. I'm projecting that about a year and a half from now, the interest rates will be somewhere around 450 for commercial. Right now, one of our clients just got one for like 5.74, and that too through BDC. So a year and a half down the line, when it's closing time, or maybe 2 years, like this is pretty realistic. Okay, so your mortgage payments for this is going to be $378 per month. Your condo fees maybe another $40, $50. Your property taxes maybe like $100. Like all in, your cost of taking and carrying this unit over is about maybe $500 per month. That's it. Now you tell me, how much can you rent this out for? Something small in industrial is non-existent. Anything that's less than 500 square feet, if you just go search it on MLS, you'll see. Look at sold and look at what's available. $1,200, $1,500, $2,000, depending on the location of things. Like for the very minimum basic, I believe you can probably get at least $1,000. There's other fundamental reasons why I know that you'll get this and why you'll get even more. Again, we can explain that at a later time, but you can get it for $1,000 rent for it. What's your cash flow? $500 per month cash flow with this particular investment price. Right now, in what investment? Even in condos, you're going to spend. I was just asking one of my investors last night. Wasn't last night? No, the night before actually. And I said, you invested. She invested in Alberta. Okay, she bought something for like I don't know $400,000, and that was a while back. That was like during, maybe COVID period, just before the price increased. So I asked her, like, how much are you breaking even? Are you making any money? She's like, no, I'm putting out of my pocket money into that investment still, because my rents are not equaling what I'm paying for my costs. Here, for $100,000, you're making cash flow positive. Which investment in the GTA will give you that? Like, I don't know how it cannot get better than this. If you are getting that approximately $500, you're making $6,000 per month of positive cash flow from a $100,000 unit, of which you only invested $25,000 into this. So if you calculate based on $25,000, you're making approximately 23, 24% return on your investments per year. And look at this. If you calculate the cap rate on this, it's at 10%.